And we're live.
Everybody, welcome to another episode of Beware of Dogs. I'm your host, Double Dose, joined by Shuba.
Cheers.
Play Yourself.
Hello.
Super Boss Man.
Going on.
And a special guest star, the biggest the biggest red. The biggest red. I fucked it up.
Fumbled the ball.
It's like,
How was everybody's Christmas?
Doing great.
yeah,
It's good.
got
Cool,
to see
cool.
some family.
Lots of
Good.
family. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Any of you guys have to drive super far or no?
No.
Not ridiculously.
That's good. Is that a Stanley?
First time in 20 years.
It's a Forest Green from Aldi's.
The off-brand Stanley.
Ah, okay.
It was
Yep.
hey, and it's just as good as a Stanley. I love it.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Seen those.
Check out this little koozie.
Oh,
Aw.
That's sick.
Ooh.
It's got arms.
is that like
Yeah.
a jacket?
Yeah, little ski jacket action.
Cool, people know we're sponsored.
Yeah. One day we're gonna get sponsored as much beer as
Right.
Josh and I drink.
Sponsored Forest Green
My
from
Forest
Aldi's.
Green. Oh,
Hey.
Right there. I think it's Forest Gear.
oh my God,
Yeah.
sounds like a restaurant.
All right. So there was three NFL games today. The Chargers absolutely curb stomped the Patriots. That was not much of a game at all. Much more exciting game. Broncos versus Bengals was kind of slow to start with, but then went crazy toward the end of the game and then overtime. Bo Nix looked great.
Yes, he
I mean,
did.
obviously Joe Burrow looked great too. Joe Burrow usually looks great. That was crazy. Forced to overtime. They both scored a touchdown in the last few minutes of the game. And then, yeah, they went to overtime. Bengals missed a kick that would have won it, and then got the ball back and were able to finish it off with a touchdown. Anybody got any extra thoughts with that?
If you listen to the announcers, they said the Broncos had to kill the clock. They clinched the playoffs. Why?
Yeah.
Why do they throw, run, and like you lose, just tie the game? You go to the playoffs.
Yeah, they definitely mismanaged the clock going into that. I saw a lot of people were saying they deserved to lose for that, and then miss a kick too. But somehow they pulled it off and they stay alive. I think if the Broncos had won, they would have eliminated the Bengals and clinched a playoff game. But now with the Bengals win, they'll in play. T. Higgins is going to get paid this offseason. I know he's going to be a free agent. I don't know if the Bengals are going to be able to keep him, but wherever he goes, he's about to make some big money.
Yes,
he had,
he is.
I think, 3 touchdowns today. Huge.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
Had him in fantasy a few times, and he's saved me a few times.
He's carrying.
He's
my
had some really
fantasy
big
team
games
for
before.
sure.
Mhm.
I've actually got him in a championship game right now. Boy gave me 40 points, which is crazy. 40 points, which is
Jeez.
crazy. And then just now, another good game. Rams and Cardinals. They just played. Really low scoring game. I just saw a stat that said in 2 of the last 3 games, Matt Stafford hasn't thrown a touchdown, which is crazy.
Wow.
Right. But Cardinals have the ball. They're driving to score. They're driving down the field to get all the way to the end zone. And one of the Rams players gets a really, really great interception. I mean, literally, hands barely touched the ball and held onto it to win the game. So Rams are currently in control of their division with, I think, a matchup with Seattle next week. That would potentially clinch. I know there's some stipulations on if they make it or not. Did you guys watch that one?
No, I didn't.
No.
They were very boring. Today was a very boring day of games.
Yeah. I mean, the Bengals Broncos was pretty
The
exciting
Bengals-
toward the
yeah,
end of it.
That was a good game, but
Mhm.
the rest of the weekend.
I
Yeah,
watched
this
pretty
game.
much enough to know that it was a boring bunch of games.
Yeah, even the last one, the Rams and Cardinals was boring, just really till the end, just the ending
Yeah.
interception. But you're talking about boring games. If the Thursday night game, the
Yeah.
Bears and the Seahawks, It's one of
Yeah,
the worst games I've
that
ever seen before.
Oh my gosh.
Game was awful. That was the lowest scoring game of the season.
What was that like?
It was
The Bears'
terrible.
10th loss in a row, something like that.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they
insane.
suck.
They're all. They started like decent,
They,
you know.
they
They're
have
just
a
all
coaching
downhill.
issue. It's a coaching issue.
Is
I
it?
mean, they've got a backup coach. Their head coach was fired too, so this is just like an interim coach. That's what I was looking for.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
It's a culture issue stemming off the coach. They need a coach that can build a culture.
And a good
Somebody
offensive coordinator and an offensive line. They've got some good pieces, but they need some more.
Yeah.
Their quarterback is perfect.
Williams is
They're
pretty
looking
cool.
at our offensive coordinator, right?
They need to be. I know Pete Carroll had expressed interest in coming out of retirement to get them. They could have had Jim Harbaugh, but they decided to keep Gatsky, who's now gone.
I don't think Ben Johnson's going anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to keep him, but I think that it'd make sense for him to go to the next
It would
level.
make sense. Yeah, for sure.
Good luck to everybody who is in fantasy championships. That is this week. I know, Jake, you're playing for one of them right now. I'm playing Lexi in another one, which is gonna be interesting. She's going crazy right now. She's projected to put up 194 points against me right now.
194.
Yep.
Bro, her tight end just got damn near 30 points, or he did get 30.
Ooh.
And I also Trey McBride.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm playing for third in another league, and I'm going against
Hey,
Marvin Mims.
Shout out real quick.
Yeah.
Trey McBride, first touchdown of the season, of his career.
Yeah, and
Wow.
the second to last week.
Better late than never.
I know they were determined to get him the ball. I think Kyler had said something about they were going to get him his touchdown.
Well, they threw a tight end screen at the 1 yard line just to score him a touchdown.
I think it's crazy. I saw a tweet from Matthew Berry, who's like one of the biggest like fantasy football people. He's talking about how shitty of a championship week it is. You've got so many injuries. Kenneth Walker is hurt. Chuba is hurt. CeeDee Lamb is hurt. Tua's hurt. A bunch of people are hurt. It's crazy. And other people who aren't hurt, but like Tyreek, Achane, like people that are like have got you to. Well, I guess not Tyreek, but people have got you to like 2 championship week if you've made it. It's gonna be real interesting to see who's winning out of these matchups. So if you have any crazy fantasy scores at the end of this week, or if you've got like a lineup decimated by injuries or anything like that, post pictures of them or post in the comments. Let us see these matchups. We do have, we're 3 days away from the new year, so going to talk about some of the biggest stories of 2024. But before we do that, do any of you guys have any New Year's resolutions you want to share? No.
Be better. Just be better.
Just be better all around.
Just be better.
That's fair. I want to get my ass in the gym like consistently.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd be going like a few days
Yes.
and then fall off and then don't go again for several months. I need to like lock in and make that a priority.
I like to spend more time with my cousins. Like, I have a few of them that are around a lot, and our families get together all the time. But like, as cousins, we don't really like catch up that much. You know, I went bouldering,
Okay.
like in rock climbing with one of them today. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool, you know, to actually like hang out with them one on one, which I haven't done since I was like a kid, having a like spending the night at their house or whatever.
Okay. How old are your cousins?
They're like all around my age. He is like a year
Oh,
older
okay.
than me, and his brother's a year younger than me. So like, us three, I don't know why we don't hang out more. You know?
Makes sense. Y'all got cat action over there?
Yeah, cat action. Yep.
Anybody else have a resolution they want to share? Or should I get into the stories?
Get my money up, not my funny up.
How
You know? That's pretty
That's
much
fair.
it.
you
Yeah.
gonna take that?
But you were gonna say that.
No, I've been saying get your money up, not your funny up.
Yep. That's words to live by. All right, so let's jump into these viral stories of 2024. This year has felt so long. As I was putting these together, some of these things felt like years away. Like I couldn't believe that they were this year. Do you remember? I think I put these kind of in chronological order. I know some of them are not, but y'all remember Justin Timberlake getting a DUI, talking about this is going to ruin the tour. They asked him what tour. He said the World Tour. That feels like it was years ago.
Years.
That feels like it was years ago. I was seeing tweets about that for the next few weeks. Anytime anyone had a minor inconvenience, this is going to ruin the tour.
Sure. That does feel like it was a long time ago.
One of the best movies I've ever seen before came out this year. Dune Part 2.
A movie so good it made me
No?
watch part 1 for no reason.
Tati, what movie were you thinking of?
No, she was looking at Josh's cat.
Charlie.
Oh,
it's always
gotcha.
gonna make
Oh,
an
yeah.
appearance.
I know. We get our damn mascot, Beware of Dogs, is a cat.
I know.
Yeah.
Snack.
You're gonna be mad at me, Spence. I didn't do my homework and did not watch either Dune.
You haven't seen either Dune?
You at
Neither
least
Okay,
gotta
one.
don't
see
do-
part 2.
Don't do what Josh did. Don't watch 2 and then 1. Watch
Why
part
did-
1
why would-
first.
1 sucks.
Watch
It's
2 and then
awful. It's like
I'm about
Bro,
to
one
say,
is
the
not-
Lord of the
I've
Rings book
heard-
that's all set up. It's all just scenery.
I have never seen either of them. I've heard 1 sucks, 2 is great.
1 is
2 is
good until you
awesome.
watch 2. That's why you're supposed to watch the first one, then the second one. If you 2 was like all gas. So if you're watching the first one after you've seen the second one, of course it's not gonna live up. But you gotta watch the first one so you can kind of roll it into the second one. But yes, Dune 2 was crazy. I saw that boy twice in theaters actually.
So good.
I saw it like in a regular theater and then I had to go see it in IMAX. But do you guys remember when Dune 2 was coming out and they released the picture of the popcorn bucket and people were talking about fucking it?
They did.
People-
They did. They
Yeah.
didn't just talk about it. They did.
They
I
had the
saw
big
that on your list. I didn't understand what you were talking about until you just.
Yes, dog.
I
They had
forgot
the
about
popcorn bucket looking like a big sandworm. And yeah, with the teeth and everything. And people were talking about fucking it. Let me see if I can find a picture of it.
Oh God, what?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I was about to say I
Yep.
couldn't quite remember it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
I remember that. Yeah.
With the
Don't worry
teeth at
about
the
it.
top. That's when we found out
That's
how
not
down
teeth.
bad and horny our country was.
Yep.
Get some extra buttery popcorn in there.
Oh my god. With those teeth, that's crazy.
Hmm.
Do y'all remember the Jewish people coming out of the tunnels in New York City?
Yeah. It was like a raid, wasn't it? Where
Why
the
does
Jewish
everything
people,
feel
Yeah.
so long ago?
they thought
That's what I'm saying. That
something is
feels like it was years ago.
seriously.
They had the. I'm not 100% sure. I believe it looked like what was it, Hasidic Jews,
Hmm.
and they were all there were. Yeah, I think you said. I think it was a raid or something. Yeah, and there was like they were streaming. We got another cat.
Yep. It looks like Josh's cat teleported to us.
That's what it looks like.
Well,
Would you like to introduce him to the pod?
It's a
That's a
Sean.
big cat. That's a
Hello.
big
What up,
cat.
Sean?
A little chunk.
It is a big cat. Very cute. You look so happy holding him. Yeah, man. So we had them coming out of the tunnels. That was crazy. It was literally just flooding out. That was I remember people were like, "What the hell?" They were like, "If I told you that this happened, you wouldn't believe me." That shit was crazy. Next big bombshell, Diddy. Thank-
Just casual.
Diddy.
Next topic, Diddy.
How can we
Diddy.
forget Diddy?
the fucking super villain of 2024. They raided his
Well,
house.
hold
They
on.
said they found 1,000 bottles of lube. Or no, baby
Baby
oil.
oil.
Baby oil.
Baby oil.
Get it
He
right.
tried to pin that shit on Costco. He said, "Of course, we buy in bulk." Costco said, "We do not sell that much baby oil."
They came back quick. It's like, don't bring us into this.
No, hell no. I don't know if I've ever seen a brand like that come out and be like, "Hell, nope." We carry a lot of shit,
Not
but do
us,
not
G.
come to us for 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Yep. They said
That
it
man
was
tried
something
to-
with bad publicity. This.
Yep. They tried to. He tried to flee the country. He did. He actually made it out. And then for some reason came back. And they got his ass as soon as he came back. That
John
shit was
Combs
crazy.
was that guy.
Custody.
John
Yeah,
Combs,
his son.
that guy. Diddy was not.
You said Sean comes.
Song-
Oh, you're saying like the
The
music.
songwriter was great.
But,
Musician was
yeah.
great. The human himself was a horrible person.
Terrible fucking person.
Even the songs was not great. He was making songs about what he was doing to people too.
Oh,
I guess when you put the
I'm
context
coming,
together.
I'm coming home. If you think about "I'm Coming Home," like that was such a bad song.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're
Him and Skylar Grey,
Okay.
and they're like that's such a bad song.
I liked that song a lot when I was younger when it came out.
It kind of
I
was
feel
a lot.
like-
Like I like to get the girl part, you know.
Yeah.
You know, what I'm saying? You know, it's Edie.
Good.
She's good. She's
Yep.
good. She's good. Him, when you hear him rap, it's like okay.
You're talking about the lyrics and stuff. I remember people talking about that when they got R. Kelly.
just
They
like
were
a
saying
song.
like, yeah, do those songs still hit the same when you know what he's talking about? That
I
shit's
cannot
crazy.
recall, no, but,
His son
no,
looks like
Diddy is
just like him.
crazy.
I saw something along the lines of that they R. Kelly and Diddy about to put on the greatest talent show in the prison has ever seen.
I have seen that. That's so rough.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then they got Lil Durk too. I remember his dumbass. I saw a tweet that said he thought he was an episode of Power. He built 3 different flights, all the different areas, thinking they were going to confuse the feds. Like they don't have enough people to stake out all 3 flights.
Yeah.
I
Stupid.
knew he was gonna go to jail for that. I knew he was gonna get his lick back. They was playing
So
with
Lil
him. They
Durk
was
got
calling him
caught?
weak. They were saying that he wasn't gonna do nothing. And I said, he not gonna just let Vaughn die like that. Come on.
Do you know the I'm not even entirely sure of like what happened with that. Can you break any of that down for us?
Wait, hold on, real quick. Who got caught? Lil Durk got caught.
Yeah, Lil Durk.
Gotcha.
He with the
Okay.
feds right now.
Murder.
That's all I need to hear.
A
Okay,
murder.
we're good.
He you know who King Von is?
Mhm.
Okay.
Of course.
The
rapper.
the guy that like shot him and his like I think cousin or they were somewhere and they ended up getting shot and they were saying that Dirk was behind that. Like he hired them to get shot to get revenge for killing Vaughn, because a lot of people were saying when Vaughn got killed that Dirk wasn't doing anything, like how he talks about in his music. Like he keeps saying we're gonna slide for Vaughn, and then he said we already did slide for Vaughn, and everybody's like, you didn't do nothing. But he not gonna do it himself, duh. But of course I knew he's gonna get caught because him and King Von, you know what I'm saying? It was like locked in twin, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it only goes
So
back to him.
You're telling me
So-
this nigga got peer pressured into getting arrested? That's tough. That's tough.
Not peer pressure.
Then he tried to drop that godly song with J. Cole. I cannot
J.
stand that
Cole.
song. That song with the kids, All My Life, whatever.
Oh.
my
I saw-
life.
You go
I
this
saw-
fool.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I saw a tweet saying that he deserved to go to prison over that song.
Over that song in itself.
That was a
Yup.
terrible
All
song.
my life.
Hey, he needs to call. Oh shit, I forgot to add this into this, but it brings me right into it. He needs to call Young Thug's lawyer. Young Thug came home, beat a fucking Rico. That's
Him and Gunna.
crazy. Yep.
Gunna are about to make a song
And
together.
then they
And-
eased up his restrictions too. He's like, "Can I go to Atlanta?" They were just like a certain amount of times he can go a year. But they said
Really?
They never
I thought he couldn't go at all.
no.
Yeah.
They said like
Mhm.
for special like holidays he can go, but now he can go for like certain weekends. I think it's like 4 weekends, something like that. You gotta look it up because I don't know the details. But they basically was like, "Yeah, sure, you can go here sometimes." You just told him he couldn't go.
Right.
Right. I remember everyone was talking about how Gunna was a snitch and this and that, and I don't really know shit about the situation, but I think it's interesting
He was, but
that
they're about to make a song.
well, that's what I was gonna say is he specifically said that one of his like conditions of his plea was that he could still be allowed to continue to work with Gunna. So to everybody out there talking shit,
I don't think
Right,
he,
but that's-
like,
Shut up.
they're not cool though.
Shut up,
though.
P.
He-
Diddy. Shut up, P. Diddy.
you said they're not cool.
No, he's only doing it for business because Gunna makes him some money. You know what I'm saying? He works under him. So he it was like a tweet, but he deleted it. It was in the shade room. Like he said he don't mess with him for real. It's just business. Like so don't
Really?
don't think it's just like, oh, we're buddy. Like he make me money. I need money. Like I gotta talk to somebody.
I would not want to fucking sit in the studio for hours with somebody I didn't fuck with. That'd be crazy.
I don't know.
They made you millions.
How they're gonna do it?
You said they made you millions?
But listen, I don't know if they're gonna like always be in person though. Like sometimes there might be like, video chat. I don't think he necessarily wants to be like next to him all the time. He just need him for business. Like call him, email him, all that jazz.
I mean, I feel you. I wouldn't even want to like if someone like if I had like super beef, if it was fuck Josh, we not doing this podcast together. one of us gonna have to go start Beware a Cat.
I love that my name's on the tip of your tongue. It's just right
If
there.
I snitched on you, like, how could you?
That's
I
what
wouldn't
I'm
want to sit in a
saying.
room with you. If I told on you, I'm not sitting in the same room with you. I'd be
But-
scared.
I guess to your point about making money though, fucking fighting a Rico gonna cost money. So, what's up?
Like, what?
I couldn't tell if his screen was dark or if he was sitting in the dark.
Oh yeah, we got the
Turn my lights
vampire.
off. I'm in the dark.
We got the vampire on set.
Okay, I was like sorry. I thought because the ring lights on, so I thought like, the angle was bad.
I gotcha. So yeah, we had Diddy and Young Thug. Another person having to do with prison. Gypsy Rose got out of prison, who I had never fucking heard of until she got out of prison.
Really?
Me too.
That I'd never
Till she
heard
got
of her.
out?
I'd never heard of her
Yes.
before. Yep. So what? She hired someone. Her mom was what, like treating her like she was hurt or like she was sick or something.
Okay,
So
her,
then-
so her
Go ahead.
mom treated her like she had every medical condition, like everything was wrong with her, and she would convince every doctor that she went to that she had that condition, and she got so fucked up that she ended up convincing her boyfriend in quotations to help kill her mom.
Yeah. Indeed.
Which is crazy.
Insane. Yeah.
Why didn't she? I mean, it's hard to speak to somebody in a situation like just what that someone's going through in a situation like that. But why didn't she
You
like
gotta watch
all the
that
police?
documentary.
She tried there was a movie about it. There was times she tried to like get help.
Wasn't there also a show?
Yeah, it was the documentary.
There's a documentary on it.
Yeah, but the documentary too, like it's not like eventually when she realized like what her mom was doing, she couldn't even get out of it. Even if she was trying to tell people or like secretly like talk to them about it, like her mom would just always know. So she would just like she gotta die. Like she had to kill her. There was no way she can like get away from her.
Right, living in
Hey.
dreams
It
at
was
that
crazy.
point. Yeah.
Like Cat Williams had said at one point. I think it was Cat Williams. I'm not saying it's right, but I understand. That might have been Chris Rock actually. But yeah,
I got a
One
very
of them.
differing opinion. I just think
you think
I
what?
think
He was the beginning of the series.
she started the murder. She wanted the murder to happen. Her boyfriend killed her mom. She still helped him go through with the murder.
Right, but she was trying to free herself.
Yeah.
And the result now, she out of prison. She
As a
went on a
baby.
crazy major press tour. I'm sure she's rich now. She's famous.
Oh, she's
And then-
popular now.
She's
She's
pregnant.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Damn.
And there's a movie like based on her likeness.
Good for her.
It wasn't like the exact scenario, but the movie was like a mom giving medication to her kid that was like actually prescribed to her dog, right? But was forcing her
Oh, I saw
child to
that.
like take the medication. Yeah, like that was
saw that
based
one.
on like her story, quote unquote.
Well, they
Damn.
made like a TV show on Hulu about it too.
I saw
Like,
that,
they've
though.
done so much with this.
That was a crazy. That was a crazy.
I mean, they had a movie back in the day, like back when we were kids, Bubble Boy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
remember
love Bubble
Bubble
Boy.
Boy.
that was way
Yep.
before we were kids.
I used to be Bubble Boy.
Don't say when we were kids. We're not like 40.
It's that old?
Dude,
Oh,
they
shit, I
make
guess-
Bubble Boy references in Seinfeld.
Well, yeah, there was a Bubble Boy in Seinfeld. Yeah. Was that supposed to be based off that movie?
Yeah, for sure.
Was that Jake Gyllenhaal in that? Was that when he was a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I guess it was a while back. Damn. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy how you can kind of do something wild.
2001. Sorry.
2001.
Yeah.
That was when we were kids then.
I was 2 years old.
I don't know. They make some kind of Bubble Boy reference.
I was 4.
2 years old
No,
as well. What
there
the fuck?
there was a kid in a bubble in Seinfeld that they called the Bubble
Yes.
Boy.
You're telling me
That
there
kid
wasn't
in
a
a
Bubble
bubble.
Boy movie back in the day?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that what certain things can get you famous, like killing your mom or going on somebody's podcast on the streets and saying, "Give him that hawk tour."
Oh,
And
that
blowing
hawk
the
tour.
Alright,
and blowing the fuck up and blowing the fuck
Whoa.
up.
Yeah, she blew
One
up
of the
for a good
most
reason.
one of the most famous people out of nowhere. It's crazy. It's crazy the
wild.
trajectory of where it's that one video. And what's crazy too is I saw like she was on some podcast too, and they were asking her like, did she ever like contact the person who like
Got
whose
her
video she was on
famous?
that like got her famous
Yeah.
and like thanked him or anything like that, and she was like, no, actually, like after it came out, she had hit him up like, please take that down, and he refused to. And so yeah, she wound up just riding with it, and she wound up being way more famous than he is. And no one knows who the fuck that is, but
Yeah.
people know who she is. And then she got her own podcast, and then recently, I don't know the specifics entirely of it, but she just launched like a crypto coin, and a bunch of people
Okay.
got fucking scammed out of their money, and now she's under fucking federal investigation.
Mm-hmm.
She
That's
lost her
crazy. That whole fucking arc.
Oh yeah,
The
she
rise
was
and
doing
fall.
insider trading on her own cryptocurrency. So
So-
her and a bunch of people had a bunch of stock in her own cryptocurrency. They pushed it, it skyrocketed, and then once it peaked, they just sold the whole thing and crashed the market.
Yeah, it's a pump and dump.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Which is very illegal in a white
so
crime
real quick,
scenario.
While you're
So-
talking about this, I'm gonna go fill my water real quick.
Okay.
worries.
This is not a
Um,
topic that I have any interest in. I'm sorry. I have no
You
opinion.
good.
on this.
You good.
I don't know this girl.
Um,
I don't know this girl at all.
You never saw the Hawk 2 video?
I've seen it, but I don't know anything about her besides that first video.
Gotcha. So
Which
what
I
I guess
didn't
what I'm curious about is I thought the whole point of crypto was that it wasn't regulated. So like I know like the SEC is investigating her, but I'm not sure like how they can, because like I said, I didn't think it was could be regulated.
Well, the stock market's always regulated by some format or another. You can't just like throw money out there onto a stock market. You know, it has to be a legit stock. I'm speaking like I'm
Yeah.
an analyst and actually know what I'm talking about, but you know,
I gotta look up the details of it. Like I said, I always thought that the whole point of crypto was not being regulated, but I don't know. It's just crazy like I said, the way that can go. You can go from actually being nobody to being somebody to being somebody with a podcast to being
Somebody
under
in jail.
investigation by the SEC, all within fucking what, 6 months?
right? It was, yeah. Obviously, she did something wrong because she got herself arrested. So someone's regulating it. Someone's watching it.
True. We had the return of college football for the first time since I think 2013 or 2014.
You mean the
Um,
video game?
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
just
not
college
college football.
in
Yeah.
general.
Right, I was about to say, what?
No,
College
the college
football's
football
the
video
thing.
game. I remember people were hype over that. They had like, you could pay like what, like an extra like $60 or something to be able to play that game 2 days early, and people were doing it.
Which is crazy.
I saw-
'cause I've never heard of this. What you gotta tell me about it? What's the hype?
What?
What is it getting?
you
Like,
ever
what
play
platform
NCAA?
is it on? I've never played it.
Oh
Mm.
my god. Yeah, NCAA was like, it was huge when we were kids. Like I said, I think they made the last one. I think the last one was NCAA 14, which means it would have come out in 2013.
Hmm
But yeah, I mean it's college football, so you can like I can't believe I'm telling someone about this. You can do like regular play now, like just against people.
Mm-hmm.
You can like create a player and like have them go through like college, like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, get drafted. You can run like your own school. So like I like was like playing like with Western and like building a dynasty with that, trying to recruit people, stuff like that. Yeah, dude,
What makes it different
it's
than
like
Madden?
it's college
Yeah.
football.
It's like college
Yeah.
Madden. Yeah.
It's like
But-
college Madden, but people, college football is like much more like
Just
I don't want to say
aesthetics.
cultish, but people are like really into that. You know what I mean? Like you can take over a franchise in Madden and stuff, but it's different to like grab like a college that you're a fan of or a college that's like your alma mater and like turn that into a powerhouse. You know what I mean?
So you're telling me if Madden just had like a DLC that was like, oh, add college onto it, it would be the same game?
They're both made by EA, but it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
The hype of like college itself is different. Think about how many people like college football more than the NFL,
A lot of
or
people
like
do.
die hard for their college. You know what I mean?
You think there's I guess I don't know them. I don't know people that are like hyped for college and don't know the NFL at all.
There's
Might
so
be
many people I
like
talk to that say
yeah.
like they like college more because they can tell the players like play harder or they try harder.
Yeah.
Especially before NIL too, it was supposed to be like more of a pure game. They were just playing for the love of the game.
Right.
Right. I mean, not anymore.
Yeah,
There's
they-
so many politics in college football now. People like
It's
just
changing.
refusing to play like on certain teams until
But-
they get traded or
But
something.
there's still certain people you know on each team that are still super good,
Hmm.
and you just know who they are because of how good they play. It's not because of the
Mm-hmm.
NIL money.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean this has been the first year too of that's a good transition into NIL as well. So you've got like there's so many people in the transfer portal. You don't have to wait a year anymore after transferring, so you can like transfer right out, play for somebody else. You've got people transferring like mid-season. Like I think there was I can't remember what team it was way earlier in the year, maybe Vegas or something. They had offered him so much money for NIL. They had refused to pay him through like 3 months or 3 games or something. He had them at 3-0, and he said, "Fuck y'all, I'm out." Left.
Played for his as a Vegas quarterback.
Yep,
His
I
Las
thought it was
or
Vegas.
something. Or
Yeah,
Nevada.
that could be. Yep, but yeah, so it's been crazy. People are talking about like how it's unregulated. You can basically just like buy players for your team, and people are switching to commit to one school, switch back to another one. I know Michigan just flipped a huge quarterback for next year. He'd commit to somewhere else, and they wound up. He got super paid to wind up going to Michigan. So it's been interesting. It'll be curious to see how the landscape of college goes.
It'll all change on April 8th. April 8th is the decision, I think,
For what?
when the court makes a decision on how much NIL money each school gets.
Mm.
They can cap it. They're gonna cap it now.
That's April 8th is the decision.
Interesting. That'll be interesting to see.
Oh,
Um, Speaking of college, two other big things with college. Bill Belichick is going to UNC.
right.
That's going to be interesting.
That's huge. I think that'll change
yeah.
the like environment in
Yeah.
college football for a long time.
Maybe.
the
I'm
talent-
curious to see if he can like reach because he seems like more of like an old school like fire brimstone coach.
Right. That's
You're
what
trying
I
to
mean.
relate to young kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Transfers for kids.
If you're serious about going to the league and you're like, I want to make sure that I can, kind of like how people used to go to Alabama. If you're like, I want to make sure that I'm going to be able to get drafted, I can see you going there. But if you're trying to have
His
fun or
GM
make money, that's probably not going to be what Belichick's on.
No.
His GM though is Michael Lombardi.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know he brought a bunch of his homies, and he's
there's a
setting it up
lot
for
of
his.
people coming to him. It's gonna be a factory for the NFL.
Yep, that's what he said.
Well, they're
And then
treating-
I know that his dad was a coach there before, and I think he's setting it up for when he retires, his son to be able to take over coaching.
they're treating
So that'd be
the
interesting.
college football more and more like the NFL.
Of course,
Yeah.
especially with the NIL now, you're getting paid.
Right.
Right.
I don't know. I
Um,
don't know
and-
if it's gonna be like a good or bad outcome because of with transferring and be able to play like in the same year or like no like buffer year, right? Bringing
fixing
NFL
that. They're
coaches into college, paying them like actual money. it feels like we're just streamlining a career
Mhm.
into that when people might not even have a chance in the NFL coming out of college.
You remember Cardale Jones? I think his name was.
Mhm.
He had gotten in trouble for grades at one point. He said, "I ain't come here to play school."
Exactly. Came
Now
here to
even
play
more.
football.
Yep. And then one more thing with college football too that happened this year. BYU was relevant, which means that the whole country got to find out what soaking is.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all know what that is?
What about
Soaking.
soaking?
Soaking
You
and
gotta think
shaking
about
the bed.
quaking too. Quaking is important too.
Quaking?
Think about that too.
What the hell is quaking?
It's when someone shakes
Quaking
the
is
bed.
is the bottom bunk.
Oh,
Quaking
the
is
shake,
when
the
you're at
bed
the bottom
shaker.
bunk
It's
and
your
you're shaking.
rocker.
You're
Yeah.
shaking at the bottom
Okay.
bunk. Top
Wait,
bunk is the soaker.
Chris and Tati, y'all know what soaking
Yeah.
is?
No, I don't think so. I don't know if I
That's
Okay.
want
exactly
to.
what
Okay.
this sounds
So
like.
hold on, look. So
Explanation. Hold
I
on.
was hoping I would get to explain
I'll
this.
explain. It'll be more fun. Oh,
So
okay, you got it.
BYU is like
Can
a
you look it up?
BYU is a
Wyoming.
predominantly
No,
Mormon.
Wyoming too. Wyoming. It's all Wyoming.
It's Wyoming,
It's where
too.
Mormons are at,
Okay.
and so like they're big. Like Tati just found out what
I
it
know
is.
what soaking is.
So for anyone watching that doesn't know what soaking is, fucking Mormons, yeah, are really big in like not having premarital sex.
Do we
Right.
need to
So
explain this to the
soaking,
masses?
we got to.
Is
We
it-
got to.
This is going okay.
Gotta
Alright.
explain it.
We're that kind of
I've
got
heard
to.
this before now, but
It's easy.
keep
It's
going.
easy.
You can. Their big thing is you can't have sex. You can't have like the thrusting. The thrusting is the
Right. Is the
was
sin.
bad. So you can get it in and just sit there, and that's soaking.
But isn't that one thrust though? To get it
That's
in.
just
No.
that's just locking in.
Insert.
You can insert. You can insert, and then
Is it a situation where if you say "oops," it was a mistake?
just the tip.
Yes.
Chris, that does happen.
So
That
then
does.
I didn't know that the name for it was quaking, but yeah, you can have a third party come in and shake the bed. And so
quaking! Oh
Yeah.
my god!
so that's shaking the bed. So that way you're not doing any thrusting, but there's a little bit of movement going on.
That is actually insane.
I just found out about quaking a few days ago, actually. One of Lexi's sisters lives in Utah, which is a big Mormon area, and she was talking about that. That I was like, what? So right, rather than just having sex, you got a situation where you've got 3 people in the room. You got 2 people butt ass naked, sitting on it. Then you got a third person in the motherfucker going rumble.
Crazy.
What do you
Yeah.
That's
do?
actually nuts.
What do you have to do to pay somebody to be the rocker in that situation?
It's just
How
they're
do you
all
get
in the
that
same
job?
culture, so it's not that weird for them.
It's a man of
And then they
prayer
have
right there.
multiple wives on top of this. Okay, yeah.
Yep. Man, I can't imagine. Can you imagine? I can't imagine having to. Hey, Jake, can you come and shake my bed for me?
No.
Give me a hand.
I just need a little help. Just need a little rocking.
That'd be like the
That's
Patriots game
crazy.
today.
And that is that's what happens when BYU is popular in football. The whole country finds out about soaking.
The segue to this. BYU.
BYU. Oh my god. While we're talking about sports,
Okay.
I would say completely back to the normal realm.
Sports.
There's more interest, I would say, in the season that had just ended for women's March Madness than men's. I know a lot of people. There weren't really any big names for like the men's basketball. I know Zach Edey got drafted. I think he's with the Grizzlies. Aside from that, yeah, there wasn't a ton of big names for that. But the women's March Madness was going crazy. You had Juju in, you had Caitlin Clark, had Angel Reese. I think there were some more Cameron Brink. So yeah, a lot of big names. And then Caitlin Clark and others go to the WNBA. get to see some of the most toxic talking tracks I've ever seen before on every side of that, dealing with Caitlin Clark. So that was wild. Caitlin Clark?
Yep. Let's just go with that.
You don't like Caitlin Clark?
What?
I'm not saying I don't like her. I like her.
Why is she a horrible person?
Josh is
Hang on. No comment.
That's interesting. I love Caitlin Clark.
Into the year of her life, man. You gotta let her
I think
at
she's
least like
she's
ride
so
one
good,
year.
but nobody no why do people not like her? Like I want to know that.
people are hating.
They don't like
There's a lot of
bandwagons.
hate on every side.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on,
I
I
mean,
got a
there's-
parrot for a cat. Oh my gosh.
There's probably more. We could have a whole topic around Caitlin Clark because that's
Honestly.
kind of
sure.
still an ongoing
There's a
situation.
lot of
You-
angles of
you
hate
listen to-
coming to her.
You
Yeah,
listen to Pat McAfee and Shannon Sharp talk. It's like she is a great basketball player. and
Incredible.
She
people
is.
Don't vote for her because of who she is. It's like, come on.
yeah. We could definitely do that on one of our upcoming shows. We could do like a whole Caitlin Clark because there's a lot. There's more to unpack with that whole situation than we've got time for tonight.
Yeah.
the
But we
deep
could
dive.
definitely do a deep dive into the Caitlin Clark stuff because there's a lot to talk about. But yes, she did set the what is it, the record for most points scored, I think, men and women's in basketball, collegiate basketball of all time. Got drafted, turned that Indiana Pacers around, or not the Pacers, the Fever. And she was setting records for both viewing and attendance
Hmm.
whenever they came to town. So
setting all kinds of records.
shout out to Caitlin Clark. We also had the Olympics, which also feel what up.
What is Josh's cat doing?
Chilling.
He's playing with some tassels. Yep. That's my cat.
What is
That's
he doing?
adorable. That is adorable.
That's Charlie.
Yeah, they're
They've
fighting
been
now.
fighting
They're
for
fighting
forever.
down the hallway.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
I can relate to
Kitty
that.
Fight Club.
Charlie, you need a cat to fight with instead of me.
He
Like,
got you.
USA?
I know that's the problem.
USA basketball. Sorry. USA
No, you're
basketball.
good. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
The Olympics.
Oh yeah. Yep. So we had the Olympics, which also feels like another lifetime ago. That was just the summer too.
Yeah.
There were, I would say, 4 big things that came out of the Olympics. There was the high jumper that lost due to having a giant dick.
Yep.
Did you guys see that?
No.
That's all.
I'm sorry.
Boy went over you could you jump over the big pole
It's
thing,
a
right?
Pole vault.
We're
Pole
talking
vault.
about high jump or pole vault.
It's a
I'm
pole
sorry.
vault. Pole vault.
I'm
Pole
sorry, it
vault.
was pole vault. I'm tripping.
Pole
You're
Okay.
right.
vault, yeah.
Okay.
I got that and hurdles all confused. So yeah, I'm sorry. Pole vault. He fucking went up over the thing, came down the other side. Literally, pole here, his dick literally grabbed onto that motherfucker and knocked the fucking pole down.
It was like
He
in
li- literally
in
went all the way
Australia
over
or
it.
something.
But that motherfucker.
Only he wasn't. So-
He's looking
I
too
would
hard at
say-
those track girls.
Oh,
You got a little too much going on down there, guy. You gotta strap it
Hey.
I think he was going for track girls.
look, all I would say is if you were ever going to lose in the Olympics, I think the best way to ever lose is by the entire fucking world finding out that you're slanging.
Like, that's the best way.
Like, you know what I mean?
agree.
Like, you're on a
agree.
world stage and everybody just found out that you put that.
I take
That's
I'll
crazy.
take silver and pole vault all day long.
Silver and
Uh,
pole.
Right, exactly.
You talk
You're looking
about
at the
pole.
Yeah.
you're looking at the person who got fucking gold, like, Right? So there was the shooter. I forgot what country he was from. No fucking I nothing.
Oh, he was
Motherfuckers
Turkish
thought
or
that he was
something,
a-
wasn't he?
That sounds right. Yep, motherfucker
was
was a
it?
real life assassin.
He's just an old guy.
Um,
Everyone in the shooting the games where you have
Yeah.
to shoot this tiny target with a little pistol. They have these eyeglasses
remember
on,
that,
like
yeah.
covering one eye, like line it up.
Ukraine.
guy
He's
was
from-
just
he
a
was
dad.
Ukraine. He was
Like-
Ukraine. He was Ukraine.
Baseball hat on. I don't think even a
Silver
baseball hat on. He
medalist.
was just like
Silver medalist. He's in Ukraine.
bifocal.
Well, of course he
on.
got. Of course he got silver. You know, you couldn't mess around and get gold. People gonna really think that you were
You were
a
gonna be
shooter.
suspicious.
Right. Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
crazy how he's from Ukraine, and then Ukraine and Russia are in war.
Yep. Yeah.
This dude
That's
just showed her like, hey, see me, I kill you.
So you had him. You had Raygun, the breakdancer from Australia,
Who made it
who
on
had
Fortnite?
absolutely no fucking business being there.
Seriously.
Yep. I think that was gonna be my dumb dog.
Oh,
Deserves
yeah.
no attention.
Yeah.
She deserves no attention.
Like
Yeah.
there's just no.
If that's your dumb dog, I'll
Let's keep
talk about her later.
breakdancing in
Then.
the Olympics.
Well,
it's
yeah.
fine.
Breakdancing in the
Um,
Olympics. No.
No, let's take a quick timeout for a second. Actually, I know Chris and Tati got to leave us in a few minutes. So yeah, you wanna rip that off? Dumb dog of the year.
Yeah, talk about it.
Well, we'll do theirs, and then the rest of us will do ours.
Gotcha. Okay.
At the end. Yep.
Yeah. Mine was definitely gonna just end up being Raygun. Yeah. Just how. I want to know what the qualifiers in Australia were like.
She made it in.
You know what
If
the crazy
she's
part
the one
is?
that made it,
She was the council. She
She was the
voted
what? No,
herself
no.
into the
I
Olympics.
think her manager, who was the dude her coach, was the person in the council.
Her husband
it was
is
her-
a coach, and they were both on a
I think
board.
that was that guy.
Yep. And they
They both
don't
got
have
trouble
like
for
breakdancing
dance like
all the time.
and then let her.
He sat there and watched her dance like that and voted.
Yeah.
Well, no. So she saying that she was doing it for like reporting for a book or something like that. Like she didn't take that shit seriously at all.
No.
Clearly,
Like she wasn't.
Okay.
She wasn't trying. Didn't the Olympics ban her from ever coming back? Or they were
Did they?
investigating it or something?
Coach.
I don't know that part.
The coach is banned too. The coach is banned too.
Really?
They were like, you
believe-
came and made a
I
fucking
believe-
mockery of this
Made a
for the
mockery.
whole world. For the whole world. People were saying that they were saying that they might not do breakdancing again in the Olympics. They're talking about grand opening, grand closing. She ruined that shit
I
for
mean, yeah,
everybody.
they probably won't.
Mm.
I mean, every year, like, or every time the Olympics come in, the home country has a new sport, so they don't always keep going with it. So I guess I think that was the one they decided was breakdancing.
Breakdancing.
Mm-hmm.
Shit was stupid, dog. I remember the whole fucking world was talking about that. That's like the opposite. There's two ends of the spectrum. You can, or I guess there's like what, like three. You can win gold. Todd for winning gold is having a humongous dick, and the whole world knows it. And then on the other end, you can be Raygun, a national fucking embarrassment for Australia.
Become the
Yeah.
biggest meme.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Mhm.
Tati, did you have one? Dumb dog of the year?
No.
No.
Well,
I mean, Raygun was stupid enough for the both of you.
There's a lot of stupid stuff that
well,
happened.
okay, I'll say this.
Yep.
Tory
Yes.
Lanez and his dad got
Yes.
caught paying the article lady or whatever to post like defamation things about Megan. Like they got caught, like they dropped the receipts of each payment with his
What?
name. Like
Tory Lanez.
Daystar. No, it says Daystar. Like
Oh,
his
Daystar.
they have the same name. He's a junior or something.
Oh, okay.
So it has his name and how much.
Wait, Tory Lane's real name is Dave Starr?
Daystar.
That's
Daystar.
Hey, Daystar, yeah.
I think it's Daystar. Something Star.
something star.
Daystar.
I'll look it up.
DAYE star.
I thought you were saying Dave. I was like, that sounds like a stage name.
Dave
Like,
Starr.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Daystar.
Wow,
I
wow.
was right.
It is
Yeah,
Daystar?
Daystar. Daystar.
And
That's
next on the
crazy.
dance
That
floor
got
is
caught.
Daystar. Give it up.
I wish I could have found the article. You could look it up. He was like paying them because she got a restraining order to get them to stop talking about her, and he's been paying money for people to post these things, like attack her, especially during the shooting, like
That's
all the
crazy.
tweets, like aiming at her and a lot of hurtful stuff. They're behind that, and they got caught.
Daystar.
Is that is his dad going to jail now too, or to prison?
They haven't said that. She's got a restraining order, so I don't think he
That's
is, but
crazy.
he's exposed for it. So we'll see. I mean, his son's in jail, so
Every time you don't think Tory Lanez can do anything stupider,
he does
does some more stupid shit.
he did something to her today. Like,
today?
hold on. Wait, let me read this.
Couldn't learn from Chris Brown.
He said something
Brown
else.
and
He said,
Rihanna.
where'd it go? Oh, Tory Lanez accuses Megan Thee Stallion of misusing justice system over restraining order.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Oh, because
She
she
got the
put a restraining order on him?
Yes, so they can stop harassing her through social media and third parties because his dad was paying them to do things to her. But he's saying she's misusing the justice system.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Did you guys watch her documentary?
I didn't know there was a documentary.
I didn't know there was either.
I told you about this on Amazon.
Hashtag dumb dog. Hashtag dumb dog.
Yep.
Please watch
What is it?
It's really good.
What's it called? Meg?
Just Megan.
Megan
something. I think it's just like Megan, the story, whatever. But she goes into detail, like all the stuff he was doing when he got caught, like saying like he was going to jail for shooting her. He made a music video cutting up horse legs.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You can't trust short people.
You can't.
You can't trust short people, dog.
Like he went full blown crazy.
That's the best.
That's nuts.
That's the best. Hashtag dumb dog on Twitter right now.
One more dumb dog I want to talk about real fast before y'all dip.
Mm-hmm.
Dave fucking Blunts.
Dave Blunts.
If anyone who's watching this who doesn't know who Dave Blunts is, please pull up a picture of Dave Blunts.
I don't know.
The big guy.
They said he looked like something. Oh my god.
Mucinex Sure.
Yeah, he looked like a Mucinex Sure.
Bro, they had this nigga. Oh my god. They had this nigga on stage performing while drinking lean in oxygen. They were moving this nigga around with a fucking dolly like a sectional. They were moving this nigga like a piece of furniture.
You guys mad?
I see this nigga in the hospital, right? He in the hospital. He had some kind of a word or something like that. They brought this nigga a cake, bro. Yo, big ass in hospital, in a hospital bed, eating a fucking cake. I know the doctors were like, fuck.
He like seems like someone you would see in like South Park.
Right, literally. That nigga could be Honey Boo Boo's stepdad.
On stage with the white girls, skinny white girls behind him, looks like Madame Blueberry with the asparagus dancing around him.
Bro, that skinny white girl you're talking about, they had asked her, they were like, "You really like him?" She said, "No, I just wanted to get on stage."
Oh, for sure.
That was his girl. Yep.
Oh, the picture he took with his supposed girlfriend.
Yep. She said she just wanted to get on stage, and then this nigga get out the hospital and get right back to fucking being in a fucking music video or some shit. I don't know what it was I saw with him. Fucking drinking lean again. Like, nigga, you just drinking lean, smoking, eating cake, in and out the hospital, big as a fucking house.
Can't walk.
Hashtag dumb dog of the fucking year.
Can you imagine what he smells like?
No, I don't want to.
I don't want to. Exactly.
Yeah.
Why you say that?
All the layers.
He probably smelled like if Smegma had Smegma.
All right.
Like, that's...
If the Mucinex guy had Smegma.
Him looking like a Mucinex room is fucking hilarious. All right.
You're gonna have to like stuff him.
Gross.
Like, they're gonna have to like, you got to tuck it in. You gotta tuck it. Oh my god.
You gotta hide yourself from society.
You can hide yourself from society in that nigga's stomach.
He's too big to hide.
Like
a Mucinex guy.
He can cover the earth if he wanted to.
Good lord.
Like, my goodness. I just know he smelled like earring back.
Ew. Oh no. Why?
And every chance he can get, he be out here dropping the F slur for gay people too, which is crazy. I saw somebody was like, I would be mad at him, but he probably only got about 3 days left to live. Go ahead and enjoy yourself, Dave.
Eat all the Burger King you can.
Yeah.
Eat all the Burger King you can with the equal.
Right.
Oh my god. Somebody said that they should fucking hit that nigga with blow darts full of Ozempic.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Just catches a. It's not can get out the way very fast.
Instead of phones and bras being thrown at him from stage, it's just needles full of
God.
Ozempic.
I want anyone watching this to know that we are not fucking like trying to
We're not
fucking.
fat-shaming.
We're not fat shaming. We're not fat phobic. Dave Blunt should seem like a fucking horrible fucking role
But
model. The nigga
also-
clearly
but
not trying to
also-
be healthy, and he fucking seems like he could
But
be
also-
at least toward gay people a
Fuck-
bigot. So fuck that fat
Fuck
nigga.
Ozempic. We're not shouting out Ozempic here. Fuck Ozempic.
Fuck Ozempic. I'm
Yeah.
down for that.
Dave Blunt's
Um,
just a weird liar.
Don't drag me on Twitter.
Yeah, just fuck Dave Blunt.
a huge outlier.
A blunt.
Do two of y'all got to bounce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be out of here.
All
Gotta
right,
do
Super
some
Boss
business
Man,
now.
the biggest of Res. Thank y'all for joining us. Hope you guys have a happy New Year. We'll get y'all back on again soon.
We'll be on
Yes.
soon.
All right.
see ya.
Peace, y'all.
Love
Bye.
y'all.
Peace out, gang.
All right,
Okay.
y'all two still got some time, right?
Yeah, I got some time
sir.
for sure. On a Saturday?
Okay, cool. Bet. Okay, I was gonna say we're only about maybe 2/3 or halfway through this
I was
list.
just- You said intermission. I heard intermission. I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay, why don't you run do that real fast?
Bet.
We had. Well, shit. We can wait a sec for him to get back.
For sure.
This is a good time to point out too. I know we did not post a Reddit stories today. We were all pretty busy during the week for Christmas.
Holiday break, for
Uh,
sure.
Yep. So we didn't get one today. I know we're live streaming this tonight. It'll be on YouTube tonight as well. But then next week we will be back with another regular podcast and then another Reddit stories that'll be up Saturday at 11 Eastern, right, Josh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I think a few of
Another
us
one
are
of
planning
those.
to stream more too, whether it be like Pokemon runs or I got a few games that I want to stream. Some good what do they call it? When you like go through a run and you like build up like an arsenal, but like when you die you have to like restart. What is that called again?
Oh, I know what you're talking. Kind of like the game like Hades, right?
Like roguelike. Yeah.
Okay.
There's some roguelike games I want to play. For sure. If you want to
Yep.
join me or whatever.
Yeah, if there's anything that you want to see us cover, any games you want to see us play or anything
Group
like that,
games. Yeah.
once we finish with the biggest stories of this year, if you guys, if we missed anything, feel free to leave a comment. Or yeah, any topics you want us to cover in the future, anything like that too. Any Reddit stories you want us to read and react to, feel free to comment those. Drop a link for us. We can still visit those out.
Tell me how cute my cat
Uh,
is. Always appreciate it.
Looks like we got Jake back. So then the last topic for the Olympics, we did have both the men's and women's basketball team won gold. It was a very, very special thing watching, especially the men's, at least for me, and I know a lot of basketball fans feel the same way. LeBron, KD, and Steph all on the same team
Huge.
was phenomenal. So used to seeing them kind of going against each other. Wonderful to see the three of them work together. When they won, they had a really close game in the semifinals and then with the finals as well. Coming down the stretch of that gold, you know, LeBron, KD, and Steph all had like signature moments in that win. That was really, really special to see.
Well, that was huge
Um,
for like viewer watching too, right? That was, if I'm not wrong, I think it was the largest viewership for men's basketball in the Olympics.
Really,
I believe so. Yeah, the championship.
that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, you had the three. I mean, Bron, KD, and Steph are like they've been like those guys for the last 10+ years.
Yeah.
I mean, even longer for Bron, obviously, but all three of them are kind of coming toward the end of their careers right now. So to get to see them all team up one time, because you know they can't really team up inside the
Their
NBA.
leagues and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but to see the three of them come together to go against the rest of the world, bring home the gold, that was so special. But yeah. Next we had fucking Sleepy Joe Biden's performance at the presidential debate.
Oh,
That was one of the most embarrassing things for our country.
Roomba Joe, as they call him.
Roomba Joe.
Roomba Joe. You ever notice when he's done with a press conference or whatever, and he just Roombas around until he finds the exit, or someone like leads him off the stage.
That's crazy. No, I haven't heard that before.
No. Oh my gosh, it's so
Nope.
funny.
That's yeah. That was a fucking embarrassing moment. I remember I had recorded that. I'm trying to be, a good civic American, do my civic duty. Gonna watch the debate from the front to back. I got about halfway through that, and I was like, "This is fucking shameful." Then I had this fucking old ass fucking man up on the fucking stage trying to fucking do the debate. He looked lost as hell. And you know what's crazy, actually? Now that I'm thinking about this, let me look this up real fast. So Joe Biden is 82.
Real quick, let's bring up my dumbass of the year real quick.
Wait, we're gonna do those at the end. We go ahead a whole segment with them.
How'd this motherfucker get elected?
Biden?
Trump? No, Trump. How the fuck did he just get reelected?
Oh,
It's because
Yeah.
of Roomba Joe. Old Sleepy Joe, man. He screwed us over with his oldness. Now, I'm not being ageist or anything, but like once,
this is oldness.
well, yeah, once people realize that Biden is out, it really set Democrats back for sure.
I don't know. I think that a
Well,
lot of people would have rather had
I
Kamala than him.
don't.
Um,
Well, yes, I agree with you, Spencer, but I think the Democrats flubbed it. Like Josh is saying, they flubbed everything.
For sure.
well, if we're about to take a little detour into a political thing, I think that Joe should have stepped down sooner and given Kamala had, I think they said like 90 days to put together a whole presidential campaign, and she did great
She
for
did
what the
awesome.
time that she had.
Yeah.
For the time that she had to work with. Absolutely. But yeah, she raised like millions of dollars for her campaign and stuff, and like just in like 24 hours or something like that. They did a lot to try to drum stuff up, but I mean, yeah, she had, like I said, 90 days where, I mean, everyone else usually campaigning for several years.
I think her biggest issue, whoever she followed for her ad campaign, like on TV, her advertisements were so bad. And like
I think
I give the same thing for Trump. They were both so stupid to see every single day. 'Cause they're
I
attacking
actually
each other.
I actually disagree, and I do not want this to get twisted. I am
No, you're good. I'm listening.
I'm
I'm
not
listening. I'm not.
no, I was gonna say I'm not agreeing with this ad, but I think one of the most damaging things for Kamala's campaign was that ad that Trump ran that was Kamala's for they them, Trump is for you. I think that shit was like very, very damaging to her campaign.
Yeah.
Especially
bad
for like a
image.
lot of like middle, not super lefts, not super right, but just middle Americans. I think that they resonated with that, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that was a real hard hitting, and there wasn't a message that I saw for her that was either that did as much work either for her or against Trump as that one I think did against her.
Right.
I guess is my opinion for that.
That's fair. When
I
you're that
feel
old,
like either way,
as
the resources. I was gonna say the resources either way, like going towards Trump or going towards Kamala, they were both gonna be so good for the country. So I mean,
I think that a
I
lot of
think
people
either
didn't like the fact that
I'm about
that
the
she
voice.
that she didn't get there wasn't like a Democratic convention to pick like a runner, that it was just her. I think a lot
That
of people
doesn't
didn't
matter.
like that. I
I
didn't have an
agree with
issue with
that.
it either, but I know some people weren't a fan of that as well. We're just talking about just general reasons that things went the way
You
that they did.
sending me some videos of her talking in Congress. I can understand where she could be a strong leader of this country. I just
Yeah, I mean, it killed me
her
when people.
campaigning.
It definitely was more targeted, I would say, like toward bringing people. One of the things I thought the best that they did was when they just started calling Republicans weird. Like, you guys are fucking weirdos.
The whole
Like,
thing that
you
I
guys
think
are fucking
what's
weirdos.
what saved Trump is having Elon, You have Joe Rogan. You have all those guys.
Yeah, her
Like
not going on Rogan
you
might have actually been a huge misstep looking back.
I
But at the
I
same
think
time, Trump
she's
is just fucking running for president. She's the fucking vice president. She's trying to
well,
handle vice presidential duties as well as
yes, yeah. Well,
running for president.
she's also doing what Joe Biden does because he's not doing his job because he's too old.
When you're that old, man, you talk about like, oh, he didn't step out down like early enough, whatever. He needs
That's
people to
huge.
tell him to step down at that point. I don't think he
I,
fully understood how far
Josh,
gone
I'm
he
with you.
was, you know?
from my
I think
understanding of the
the
outside of
stress in
that,
his
people
mind.
were trying to get him to step down, but he was committed toward running, and I don't think it was until after the debate that they were able to either get through him or like forcibly remove him to step down.
There
Either one
needs
of
to be
those.
some contingency plans in there because, like, when the signs of dementia hit, there has to be some like psychic evaluation or something to be like, all right, you're not able to pursue this job to your fullest like mindset.
I think that
Well, you
people
know
are
what's crazy?
concerned.
Hold on. Why is our fucking policy a 35-year-old man has to like you have to be age 35 to run for president? Why?
Experience. It's the leading thing of this country. You have to have
But why
experience.
is the president always 60 years old? Always someone that's been in Congress.
Right,
And all
he's
of a
never
sudden,
35.
but the only reason I give Donald Trump props is because he is not a congressperson running for it. He is way
Um,
too old. He is way too
well,
old. He's a fucked up man.
a few things real fast. I'd like to say. One, I think that you're talking about like
Josh, I paint cars.
the evaluation stuff that you're talking about, Josh. I think that that would be a slippery slope just due to that being weaponized, like at any point. Because no matter who that person is, they're gonna have a political opinion either way. So you know what I mean? Like everyone is gonna like lean one way or another toward a candidate. So if you were to, if you could get to that person, you could have them falsely rule somebody. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
fit to run, and that could be weaponized. I'm not saying that there maybe shouldn't be something along the lines of that, or maybe a panel of doctors or something like that.
Right.
But
That's why Joe Biden is our president, but Kamala's running now. But
another thing too about the ages of the presidents, Joe Biden is 82. Donald
Yep,
Trump
I
is
know,
currently
I
78.
know.
In 4
I know,
years,
I know.
when Trump's term is up,
I
he
know.
will be 82, the exact same age that Biden is now.
But I guarantee you, Trump can touch his fucking index finger to his middle finger. And be perfectly fine.
I mean, I'm not pushing the fact that Biden was competent. I'm just saying it's crazy that, and you can even see Trump kind of his decline from where he was in 2016 to now. Like he's not the same spring chicken that
I'm
he
with
was
you.
then.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Have you seen the
And then
pictures
the last
of
thing
like,
that
have you seen the pictures of like Obama before his presidency and then afterwards?
and after
That man
that aged
aged
him,
like
and you know,
10
black don't crack.
years. Exactly.
Have you heard? Well, then again, have you heard about the shit that he's done? In quotations, what he's like accused of?
Who?
Obama? Hey, don't come
Yeah.
on here bringing no fucking tinfoil hat shit about my man Obama. What is it? What is it that you've got to say?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying anything.
What?
Not saying anything.
He was a good president. He was a great president. I will always say that. I think in my head, he was a great president from what I've always learned.
Yeah, he did a lot. He did a lot of good things.
But behind the president, the person behind him is not always a good person.
Oh, Joe Biden.
What?
The one other thing I was gonna say was that
You talk about anybody, any
okay.
president.
The one thing else I was gonna say too is it really frustrated me to see how many people were talking about how Kamala wasn't qualified to be president when she was a, if I'm correct, lawyer, a district attorney, and then the vice president of the country. When Trump ran the first time, he had literally no political experience whatsoever. I'm not saying the only reason that that she lost is because she's a woman, because I don't think that's the only reason. I think that the economy had a lot to do with that as well too, regardless of kind of the reasons for that. But like I think that people were just like, I could afford things in 2016, I can't afford them now, be that as it may. But I think that the whole topic of her not being qualified, I definitely think that that was tied to some misogyny.
There are definitely a lot of based opinions still, voting out there. Based meaning like opinions from like the 1950s. Oh, because she's a woman,
Dated opinions.
mentally at least it like degrades her value in people's minds.
I
Absolutely.
think her biggest issue was she tried to be like everybody. She tried to act like everybody.
Hmm.
Well, I know that they had asked her at one point too, like what she would change about like Biden's what Biden had done to now, and she said she wouldn't change anything, which I know was a tough spot for her too because she's literally his acting or his
She's
current vice president
yep,
while she's running
yep,
too.
yep,
She didn't have her
yep.
chance to like be completely separate from him and run on her own. She was running while still attached to him as part of the current administration
Right.
that people were unhappy with.
Yeah.
But that's the issue with what's going on now.
What do you mean?
Everyone's blaming Trump for what's going on now. Trump has no control over the country until January 11th.
Not entirely.
Yeah.
Well, he's got influence. They're laying their groundwork for him right now. People that are in office.
That's not
One
true.
thing.
Because if the office is all Democrat, they're trying to do everything to diminish him.
No, like senators and people in Congress that are of the same party. They just had like a bill that that was shut down from Congress for to keep Congress like funded and stuff like that, so the government didn't shut down. That Elon Musk was a big part of getting shut down due to his influence over the congressman because he's about to become part of the Department of Government Efficiency. So there is influence there already. I'm not saying that he's necessarily calling the shots as of yet, but the president's only one branch of the government. You still have the Supreme Court
He's
and
the
the legislative.
yes, but he is the executive branch. He is the main branch. If he doesn't sign off on it, it's over. It goes back to Congress. You have to vote, and then it goes back to him again.
Yep. What was I just about to say? It's gone. But yeah. Getting back to the thing. Joe Biden looked lost in that debate, and it was a public embarrassment. What else was crazy too? Um,
Well, Trump
then
was like an asshole, so
after Trump got shot, and then he I think went to like a rally, I believe it was afterwards. All the people showing up with bandages over their ears, a mixture of both hilariousness and sadness of where we are at. Oh, shoot, we got another one, another brewski. Josh, we're talking about the people showing up to the Trump rallies with the bandages over their ears after Trump got shot.
My gosh. If there wasn't a more like conspiracy driven, shot to a president, I swear, if there were conspiracies out there, they're like, oh man, this really like pushed Trump into office. It's gonna be about that one bullet.
Well, I remember a lot of people thought that it was over at that point, that he was for sure going to win. That was kind of a, regardless of, I guess, maybe if you thought that it was real or not, or what the case was. That picture of him with the blood on his ears, standing up with his arm in the air, I thought that shit was going to steal the presidency. I thought
Spencer,
that was, I thought it was
I
over.
texted you that. I thought I texted you that.
That picture
That it was going to be over.
Kamala started jumping up. All of a sudden, she started just hopping up. Just going up and up and up. And he started falling behind. It's like, wait.
Yep.
And then that picture hit.
It's
it
a
was
lie.
so hard.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
While we're on the topic, something I was going to save toward later. I don't want to use it as my dumb dog of the year, but one thing I think is crazy. Have you guys seen the stuff where, one of the biggest things that the Trump administration ran their campaign on was immigration, and people from Mexico and other Latin people come in and stealing our jobs, taking our jobs, whatever. Now you saw where Vivek, I think his name is, Ramaswamy, and Musk, like I said, the two people that are going to be in charge of the government efficiency, just started a big hellstorm on Twitter about how Americans are basically not raised right and too fucking stupid to do high level jobs, and that other countries like Asians, which include Eastern Indians, are more qualified and smarter and raised right. Literally, Vivek was talking about like going down the list of like how Americans are raised, like the movies we watch, who we root for, who we care about in pop culture. That we're all fucking stupid and mainly targeted toward, I would say, white America. To be honest with you, people were pissed about it. But now you see people that have spent their whole fucking last several years arguing against all of the diversity, equity, and inclusion hiring practices, and they just killed affirmative action at colleges and stuff like that. And now they're talking about how fucking. I saw Charlie Kirk, big Republican dude, talking about how you're trying to get a job. What about so and so who went to this university and studied really hard and got a degree? Now he can't get a job because it should go to someone from India who can do it for less money, like
Right.
less cost.
Yeah.
And how is that not fair? And it's just crazy that it's like, all right, so the party that you guys voted for is now, well, like the Republican Party, they're wearing on this whole immigration and not letting people come in and take our jobs. They're not even in office yet, talking about how everyone here is too fucking stupid to fucking have a job. We're gonna ship this shit out overseas or have I forgot the name of it. It's like H-1B maybe immigrants come over and do those jobs. So it's like the great like got your ass, you know what I mean? Very ironic, very very ironic. It's only now they're saying that they should make targeted policies to get Americans jobs. Now, one point that I think Charlie Kirk had that was a good point was that he was talking about the American people have kind of spoken on what we want for our country. We want more stuff in America for Americans and less immigration. It's just ironic that these policies, or not policies because it's not a policy yet, but these talking points and this argument has stemmed from the people of the same party who are also going to be in charge of running part of the government.
Right.
It just depends if everything's real. Like if
What do you mean by
are
that?
these made up conversations?
Vivek posted something on the either Christmas Day or the day after Christmas. A very, very, very long post on Twitter, literally about how fucking Americans are too fucking stupid and not raised correctly and spend too much time trying to be mediocre. And that's why we're losing shit to them. And that's why they should be hired over us. I'm not saying if it's right or wrong or any of that. I'm just saying it's very interesting coming from the same party that was saying that immigrants are taking our jobs.
That's both of those are right. The country is becoming mediocre. USA is becoming mediocre. That's fine. Yes, we are. We're teaching our people the wrong thing. Other countries are teaching the proper thing to actually work and not hate their life because they're going to another country. And they're working here in America and we hate it. They're getting paid less for working more. Because why wouldn't they?
I would just say the irony of that is that it's coming from the same party that said vote for us so that immigrants don't take your jobs. That's all I'm saying.
It also just comes from a party outside of this country. You never know if it's real. You could just say this just to fuck everybody's head up.
No. That is the party in our country. That's coming from somebody that Trump appointed to a government position.
Yeah, but that company could also just say something just to mess with you. I'm the same way. Hands off. I don't know.
Let's wrap the little political tangent we went on to and finish this list. That is all tied together, though. We did have an election.
You're right. Let's
like I said,
talk politics. Don't believe in anybody. They're all fake. Follow what you want.
Next, we've got the Costco guys.
Oh boy.
Big Justice, AJ, and the Rizzler. That shit is hilarious. What's crazy is I feel like I'm not usually boom. I feel like I'm not usually a person that get sucked into like propaganda and shit like that. But this motherfucker has got me, dog. I had to stop at Costco and I said, you know what? I'm gonna
Give
try
me
this
a-
chicken bake, and I'm gonna try this double chunk chocolate cookie. And you know
Boom,
what?
boom, boom.
I'm gonna give that shit a big boom. That shit was really good, actually. I
That's
can,
so funny.
they're like walk the line to me of being like actually like funny and entertaining and also being corny. It's like a level of corny that is somehow still like maybe wholesome enough to be entertaining. I don't know. I should have brought them up when we did like Gypsy Rose and like the Hawk Tour Girl.
Yeah.
Because did you guys see that they had AJ and Big Justice at like a AEW like wrestling thing? Big
No,
Justice
I didn't see
wrestled.
that.
Big Justice still wrestles.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's where they've gone. They've gone to just making like cute little videos at Costco to just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and now he's a wrestler.
Dang.
Big Costco, Little Costco, and the Rizzler.
You know, we're talking about ways that our country is mediocre or this or that or whatever, and what we aim to be as. We're looking at 3 people that we've talked about so far. One, they got famous for killing her mom. One, they got famous for talking about spitting on that thing. And one, they got famous from just making videos at Costco. That's the American dream. Um, Also-
a cult super fan I could show you. This dude would go right in that group.
going back towards sports, we had Nick Saban talking about how Bama is never scared of one place. Bama is never scared of playing is Vanderbilt,
Mhm.
and Vanderbilt handed them their asses. And then the student section and all the crowd tore down the goalposts and carried that bitch in a parade all the way through the town,
Well, that's,
and put that bitch in the river,
that's
which
a
is
normal thing for them.
sensational. That is absolutely sensational.
Is that sensational?
You know, hell yeah, it's college football. That'd be a little
guess.
wild for like an NFL game, but for all the wildness that goes along with college football, I don't know. I think this shit like that's great, especially an upset like that.
But for like
Um,
a college perspective, you're hurting your own finances to like put into your football games every year because you have to buy a new like up post every time.
You're looking
And
at
then
it from the logical
plan a
side.
I am looking
We're
at
looking
it
at
from logical
we're
side.
looking
You're
at
right.
this from the dumb. We drunk. We had the game. We had the student section. We just beat Bama. They living. The cops didn't stop them. They were just there watching that shit
We
happen.
planted a flag. We beat Ohio State.
Because
we
the
plant
cops
a
don't wanna
flag
be like,
in the middle of
"Oh,
their
yeah."
stadium. That is so much cooler.
We beat up 100 college students just to get their goalposts back. That's a
Man.
terrible view for the police.
Speaking of the Michigan planting the flag, did you see that there was one dumbass in the legislature for Ohio that wanted
Yep.
to make it a felony to plant a flag, not in Ohio, like not at other stadiums, specifically at Ohio State Stadium. I forgot at the shoe. And everyone told him that he was just a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
that
someone's
should have been
Ohio
one of our
State fan.
dumbasses of the
You
year.
see Ohio State beat Tennessee, and they stand on their sideline while they're going into the stadium or going back into their locker room. Be nice. And these Ohio State players are just talking shit the whole time. Come on.
Yeah, man. Fuck Ohio State. Fuck Ohio
Michigan
State.
can't plant
And
a
fuck
flag.
that.
What's wrong with
Fuck
planting a
that. Fuck
flag?
that weak ass legislator that wanted to make that illegal to plant a felony. Not even
felony.
like a civil infraction or anything like that. A felony.
Straight up felony.
He thinks that if you plant a flag, you should go to prison and never be able to vote again. That's
I
the
can't wait
weakest
till
shit I've
they-
ever heard of in my life. That's Charmin soft.
I can't wait till they lose.
Oh yeah, Rose Bowl should be real good. Oregon versus Ohio State. That should be very
Yeah.
good. New Year's Day.
That'll be a good game.
What else we got for the year? We had Lieutenant Dan, the dude that stuck around in the hurricane on his boat. I remember somebody said it was only going to be a matter of days before he came out and said nigga. And within days, that shit happened. That's the trajectory. We had one of the most other embarrassment for our country Mike Tyson at the fucking old Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. I really truly believed that there was a chance that Mike Tyson was gonna be able to summon it up one more time and put this fucking YouTuber in his place.
Everyone was hoping he would
Hey.
bite his ear off. I swear.
And literally, as I'm watching this and we're getting in the closing minutes of this fight, I'm like, I'm sitting here like at this bar, feeling shame that I just watched this man fight a senior citizen. I was like, what the hell are we doing as a country?
I swear Mike Tyson just didn't want to get knocked out. He was playing defense the whole time. Hardly
Was
threw
fake.
punches.
Yeah. No, Jake Paul had said something along the lines of like, out of respect, he didn't knock him out.
Ah, come on.
Mike Tyson, but if you watch the video back, Mike Tyson had so many opportunities to knock him out, and he knew it. He did do it.
I don't think his body
There
could
was
just
something
do what he could used to do, you know?
There was something that I saw that was, I don't know if it's true or not. I have no idea if it's true, but basically that Mike made more the longer the fight went on.
Right.
So he was de-incentivized from knocking him out at the beginning. And then as it went on, you could definitely see him wearing down. He was getting tired.
Yeah. And a while ago, he said that he wouldn't do any
Yeah, the
like
whole
of his
time.
fights.
Well, he had
The
made
whole
he had
time he had. Why is this practice so different than the actual fight?
Tyson was also, he had been interviewed by a fucking little girl. She asked him what legacy meant to him. He said absolutely fucking nothing. He was saying that shit's not gonna matter once he's gone. So I could actually see him going in a fight he had no business being in just for the fucking money. Based off of that.
He's never gonna have a tiger next to him again.
Thanks. Check this out, y'all. For Christmas, got a beer mug. This
Hey.
boy goes in the freezer. Take it out,
Ooh.
put your beer inside it. Shit stays ice cold forever.
Little frosty mug.
Who's got a beer? I got nothing.
Yep.
My number 3.
Who got
Um,
next?
we've got Mudang. Little pygmy hippo. You didn't hear Mudang? Little
No.
pygmy hippo that got born, and it was just cute, and people lost their fucking minds over it. One of
No.
the goofiest things,
No.
but it was a huge story that I don't know how you guys didn't hear about it. Very, very viral. I don't really give a fuck about Mudang, which I know makes me a big hater, but very popular.
On the same line as like animals this year, there's
Yeah.
2 other stories. One of
Yeah.
the giant, I think it was an emperor penguin. Just, you know, as a baby, he's taller than both his moms and dads. Just a giant fluff ball. People went crazy over him too. And then
never
I had not
of
heard
it.
about that.
there was oh man, I forget what it was, but it was a shark that was in a habitat with other animals, and they thought the shark got pregnant miraculously, right? So they thought, and they thought it was gonna be this weird crossbreed of animals, and it turns out the shark just had a tumor. It wasn't, yeah, it wasn't pregnant at all. It turned into like this huge, like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get a whole new breed of animals. To like, this shark is dying.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was terrible. I don't know. I'm laughing about it because it's funny. It's just because circumstances, but
It's
jeez.
horrible,
That's-
but it's funny.
That's terrible. Did you see where that fucking whale was at like SeaWorld or something and shit in the water? And then jumped up and landed in the fucking water and splashed shit water on the whole crowd.
That's why you never go in the splash zone.
That shit is
For sure.
hilarious.
Don't go to SeaWorld.
Yeah.
We've got just a few topics left from the year. There was the Timothy Chalamet lookalike contest, which then spawned a bunch of other celebrity lookalike contests. And then it turned into memes of people on the internet talking about like Zendaya lookalike contest tonight at my room. Bron and Bronny make history. First father and son to ever play in the NBA at the same time.
Mhm.
That was a really cool moment to see. Just the two of them being able to share the floor together. I know that was something that Bron had talked about for years and wanted to happen. So that was really great. Gladiator 2 came out this year. You got to see Denzel Washington being Gladiator, be a nice little villain. and basically be just like a regular Denzel in a different time period.
I still gotta watch that.
Really good movie.
Same.
Beyonce. Oh, I wanted to get Tati on this one, but that's all right.
No,
Beyonce
you
performed
did not too.
at the Christmas halftime performance for the NFL.
That was
And
a Diddy party tribute.
that's crazy. And then we had to top it all off, last big thing of the year, Luigi Mangione killed the CEO of United Healthcare, and nobody that I saw really fucking felt sorry for them at all. The dude became kind of a folk hero.
Yeah.
All I saw was just people posting about all the ways that healthcare, specifically United, had fucked them over in certain situations,
Right.
denying people medicine or care and stuff like that. And it kind of started the conversation about it's crazy that, you know, you kill one person and you go to prison, or well, he's got arrested, gonna have his trial. But as a healthcare company, you can kill as many fucking people as possible to make profits for your company. And
It's your job.
yep, that's crazy. That's kind of really crazy.
He's the
I
modern
saw
day
that there
like
was-
Robin Hood.
Any
Yeah.
president.
I saw that they were talking about how they this could be very interesting because trying to get the right people for the jury, because they're concerned that a lot of people might let him off, essentially. Not because he didn't do it, but just because they're like, fuck it. Which is
TikTok.
interesting to think about.
And think about
But yeah.
TikTok's coming back. It's gonna stay.
Yeah, I saw Trump was talking about trying to delay the ban.
Get rid of that shit. Fuck that shit.
All right, so those were all the viral stories of 2024. It's been a pretty crazy long ass year. Low key going through all of this, all the things that have happened. I feel like I'm reading like a verse, and we didn't start the fire.
All just
You
the
know what I
major
mean.
headlines.
Yep. All right, last topic of the night, guys. We're gonna go through and give our, usually we do a dumb dog of the week, but this is the end of year recap. Gonna do our dumb dog of the year. Which one of you guys wants to go first?
Should I start?
Go for it.
Shout out Aaron Rodgers, but this dude all year, listening to him on the Pat McAfee show, listening to him on anything, this
dude.
He's my dumb dog of the year.
Yeah, I want to add to that if I can.
Real quick, he blames everybody for his issues, and he'd never just take accountability for yourself.
I didn't watch basketball until I got into college. Been watching football since I was in middle school. Growing up, Lions were awful, basically, until recently. So I was also had become a Packers fan just because them winning the Super Bowl was one of the first games I saw, and then I was just following them like when the playoffs would start. Aaron Rodgers was my favorite athlete growing up. I am so fucking disappointed in where he is at right now. He's a definition of going out sad. Like, you know, we thought that you were going to go to the Jets. You're supposed to do great things. They were a quarterback away from winning, and they've been fucking awful. And he bears a lot of the responsibility for that. Like you said, he doesn't take accountability. Receivers weren't on the same page, hadn't been on the same page, stuff like that. And he's blaming the receivers for being in the wrong spots. You know what helps be in the right fucking spots? Not skipping mandatory minicamp to go to Egypt, and instead staying with the fucking team to help learn and practice and get on the same page with them. You see the difference in I used to go and like be a big defender of him you know, years back. You know, Aaron Rodgers is better than Tom Brady. If he had Belichick, he'd have been this, and maybe he'd have been the GOAT. No, the fuck he wouldn't. You see the difference in the way that the two of them work. Brady goes to Tampa in COVID year, gets in trouble for throwing to his receivers in a park that's closed. Rodgers goes to a motherfucking the Jets
Real
and
quick,
can't go to
I got
mandatory
something to say.
practice. I'm gonna toss it right back to
Spencer.
you. What
No,
up?
no. My favorite quarterback ever, Tom Brady. What was his
Yep.
last season? Like Compare the two.
Not
He went
great.
to he went to uh
Tampa.
he went to Tampa, but he went to who's the owner of the Patriots. He went to his wedding, or whatever. It's like you don't care about
Oh,
football
Robert
anymore.
Kraft.
Yeah, you have bigger issues. Like you don't think about.
But that wasn't his first year there. He had already won a championship with them. You know what I mean?
It's turning into this. Yeah, but it's last year in Tampa. He went to something with the Patriots. It's like he just doesn't care about football anymore.
The last one thing I would never say about Brady is I feel like he always gave it all to the game.
I
Whereas,
don't. His last year, his last year he had bigger issues in his life. He wasn't thinking about football.
I just
Why
think
he
that, like I
quit.
said, his first year in Tampa, like I said, he's literally getting in trouble because he's so dedicated to making sure he and his receivers have timing. Rodgers missed the whole fucking last season with the torn Achilles, his first year there. You get new receivers, you get Mike Williams in the offseason, you got Garrett Wilson, you bring your guys from Green Bay. You should be trying to work on timing and development and shit like that instead you're fucking off in Egypt.
He's acting like
He should
Like,
be there
like
next year.
employee has his 2 weeks in, you know.
and then
Not
instead
giving
of,
a
like you
shit.
said, instead of taking accountability, you
Yep.
go on Pat McAfee every fucking week and talk about how it's someone else's fault. Talk about this, talk about that.
Right.
You beefing with fucking Ryan Clark because Ryan Clark is talking the truth about how your play has been. And then you say some stupid shit talking about most recently on the McAfee show. Well, before you say anything about me, just let me know what your vaccination status is. How about you go out on the fucking field and play, dude?
He's
thought
a
that was
foot
so
out the
They
door, dude. He doesn't care
They got
anymore.
the fucking the coach is gone, the
just
GM is
he's
gone.
trying to
They
piss,
went and
he's
they
trying to
went and got
piss
fucking
Ryan Clark off. He's just trying to be on social media. He's not. He's out of football. He's in the same mindset Tom Brady was. He's
it's just
done with
crazy. Like
football.
you're
It's over.
just being a fucking asshole, bro. It's you, bro. Why don't you go win some fucking games? All you do is fucking lose and then come on fucking TV and fucking talk like you're the greatest fucking thing in the world. Like I used to love
He
this
needs to quit.
motherfucking guy, and you're just
He,
so fucking arrogant, bro.
yes,
It disgusts
he
me.
needs to
It
retire. He needs to
and I feel so
retire.
strongly about it because of how much I liked him. And it's like I thought that you were a fucking legend, and you're just going out sad as fuck. This year has been the year of just fucking Aaron Rodgers showing his ass to the world to kiss.
I think next year though, he'll be better. I think.
I hope so. I would like nothing more than to see Aaron Rodgers be good. You know what I mean? Like that.
I pray. I pray that he is better next year.
I hope so, dude. Motherfucker got Devontae Adams and they kept losing still.
They're gonna keep Devontae. I think Aaron Rodgers.
Shuba,
All right, dumb dog
dumb
of
dog
the
of the
year.
year.
So,
Hear it.
Jake, I know Spence, you already know my dumb dog of the year, but Jake, I want to ask you a question.
I'm gonna zip my lips for now. Listen.
I know I'm gonna disagree with both of you.
Listen, Jake, when you think
I'm listening.
of a Chiefs football game, what do you think of? What are the first few things that come to mind?
The refs.
The refs, okay, what else?
That's good.
Was Spencer that said that? But the refs, that's literally the only thing that comes to my
What
head.
do you always see during a Chiefs football game? You know, the cameras are
TM
rolling.
and T. Oh well, Taylor Swift. But
Taylor
I think
Swift,
TM and T
exactly,
I don't think
exactly. Hold on, you made my point right there. The entire year since they started dating,
last year.
and they
Last year.
first broadcast Taylor Swift at a Chiefs football game last Christmas wearing a Santa's hat and his jersey number. Since then, I have not seen a Chiefs football game that hasn't mentioned something about Taylor Swift with Kelsey and their whole big relationship and how like big of a duo those. I want to watch football. I don't care. Stop showing me Taylor Swift every other screen. I don't give a shit. Tell me about football. So my biggest
He's
dumb dog of the my biggest dumb dog of the year is the stinking cameraman playing for the recording everything for the Chiefs football games. Stop showing
Spencer,
Taylor
let me
Swift.
go.
Start showing
Spencer.
the actual football
Spencer,
plays.
let me go.
you got it.
Josh, you wanna know how to do this?
What?
Views. You get more views, more viewership off of showing her. It's not. The NFL has nothing to do with this. They know better. Roger Goodell came up with this on the draft night
Hmm.
with Pat McAfee on the show and said Taylor Swift is it's not they're not trying to bring her into it. They have to.
Yeah, don't have to.
Yes, they do. You're building viewership. You're building viewers. They have to find another place to find viewers. She was them. Unfortunately, they have to play along with it.
You're telling me the NFL, the biggest sports franchise in America, right? At least.
I
You're
will
telling
cut
me
you off
that
real quick. Is smaller
they
than her.
need
Is
more
smaller
viewer
than her.
count. They're afraid of too low of a viewer count. That's crazy. That's insane.
I got-
She has more viewers than the NFL has combined.
I got a few things to say.
All right, go on.
Worldwide. Worldwide.
Travis Kelce is dating one of arguably the biggest pop star in the world. The NFL is always they're
biggest artist.
they're always pushing for more viewership. They're already, like you said, they've already dominated America, and what are they doing?
They're
Looking for new
selling out.
countries to go to.
They're selling
They're looking
out.
for
That's what
they're
they're
looking
doing.
for
Oh,
they're looking for new.
expanding.
You're just selling out, bro.
Yeah.
They're not a personal brand.
They're not.
They're a
it's not
fucking-
selling out there.
They do whatever
They're
the NFL does whatever the fuck. Wait, hold on. The NFL does whatever the fuck they can do to make more money.
Your word,
They
they're
wait,
expanding.
wait.
They're not selling out. They're expanding. They're
no.
expanding. They're
What
not
I'm saying is
selling out.
their whole point of them is in existence is to sell out. They do whatever is popular and makes them more money. In 2016, they didn't think that people would rock with Colin Kaepernick. He's not in the fucking league anymore. After 2020, now all their shit, they got end racism in the end zone and shit like that. They do whatever the fuck it takes to fucking make as much money as possible and get in as much people as possible.
So
They dominate. They dominate America already, so they're going to new countries to try to fucking find fans over there. They don't fucking
Where's
care
this
as long as
different?
it gets them more
Where's-
money.
exactly. That
They
is the
show her-
definition of
they-
selling out. Not caring.
But the,
Only caring for the views. Gotta pull more people. I'm a dude watching football. I want to see football plays. I want to see the Chiefs. See how they're gonna rank up against the Lions when it comes to
Josh,
Super Bowl.
Josh,
I don't care about Taylor
Josh.
Swift.
You know what
That
you're
is
des-
the definition
you know what you're
of
describing?
selling out. What?
You know what you're
Stop
describing?
Watching the Chiefs. Stop
Wait,
watching the
wait.
Chiefs.
Hold on. A few things still. One of what you know what you're describing, Josh? The reason that some people like college football more than the NFL, for one, it's more pure
Tradition.
football.
Exactly.
Tradition.
I get that.
To keep it
Tradition.
going, they like Jake said, she's got more viewership than everybody the fuck else.
It's
She
expansion.
herself
It's not
she herself is a
selling out.
brand.
It's expansion.
She herself is a brand that rivals the NFL. And I saw a tweet that was saying that like how smart that they were to have a Chiefs game on Christmas. They're like, usually the women in my family are pissed off at me for trying to watch football during the holiday. Now I got the women in my family coming to me asking what time Taylor Swift is on TV.
Oh my gosh, I hate that. So
Think about
much.
it. They had Taylor Swift and Beyonce both on Christmas because they were trying to send
Josh.
shots at the NBA.
Do we know?
My last point is I know that you have your own opinion and you're entitled to it. I really believe that shit is overblown. Someone had totaled it up last season because everyone was pissed off about it. I think in the entire season, if you combined all of the little times that they took a shot of her during the game, it totaled 1 minute for the entire season. It's like 1 minute and 10 seconds or something.
Better
like that.
be only 1 minute, or else you're
I just-
missing like 6 different plays.
I just don't understand how a quick glimpse of her up in the corner smiling causes so much anger to her, for people.
Because her boyfriend did something positive for her team. She is the whole thing on the league is to expand the league. Who is famous in 7 different continents? She is. You have to kind of follow her. You have to.
I don't want to. I really don't want
People-
to. I'm
people-
watching the Chiefs.
No, it's not even
That-
you. It's not you. It's not fans of NFL. It's the NFL has to follow her.
Well, then bring her
It's
on
not
the Super Bowl.
fans.
You
They
know,
have to.
have her play at
Dads
the
are-
Super Bowl.
That wouldn't work because then everybody's gonna go back. Oh, it's a Diddy thing.
Dads are talking about their daughters are getting into football because of Taylor Swift.
I hate it.
It's just how it's expansion. It's how it goes. We got to get to women.
Charlie hates it too. He agrees.
We can see that. He's like, okay, come on.
He's here for it.
He's smacking you with the tail.
You know what's ironic about this whole thing is that I am not a big Taylor Swift fan, like at all, and your wife is a huge Taylor Swift
I
fan.
I know.
You're just tired of Taylor Swift in your life in general.
I
It's
like
true.
her. I respect
You're
her.
not wrong.
I respect her for what she's done. I respect her for what she's done.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
absolutely.
respect her
Can't
as an
hate her because of
artist.
that.
Right.
That's what.
I just think
If
there needs to be
she's
more separation
she's
from Taylor Swift and the NFL.
You would think
she's
that your household is like the demographic for this shit. A football fan and a Taylor Swift fan. You would think that y'all would be
they're-
together Sunday watching the Chiefs.
And yet, Karras
These two are
doesn't give a
married.
shit about the Chiefs.
these two are married already.
Yeah.
Let's bring Karras
Um,
into this. Hold on, little like sidebar action.
Oh shit.
She's-
Okay.
Come
well-
here.
Guest host.
You don't have to be on screen, but I'm gonna give you the headset.
Wait, you guys got to put it between the two of you because you're
I'll
supposed
set-
to be the one
I'll
asking her the
set
question.
Yeah,
I'll-
yeah.
I'll
Well,
set
what are we
the
asking her?
quick.
So I'm just gonna ask her.
I got a valid question.
I understand the question.
We're talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Karis, is Taylor Swift an expansion to the NFL or is she taking over the NFL?
None of the above. She's not.
Do
I
you have an
don't know how she would be
do you
an
have an opinion on this?
expansion, but I don't think she's taking over. She's not part of the entire NFL. She's just part of the Chiefs right now. She's a big name.
Is she expanding the NFL, like bringing her to new audiences, or is she taking it over?
More the first than the latter. I mean, you
I
see
think that-
videos
well-
of like little girls watching the NFL with their dad or girlfriends watching it with their boyfriend.
Get fucked, Josh. Get fucked.
She just says get fucked. To you. But this would happen with any other person. If somebody from the NFL was dating Rihanna, she would be on the screen every time.
Yes, 100%.
Is it necessary that she's on the screen? No. Does it make sense that she's on the screen? Yes. Is she bringing it to new audiences? Probably, yeah. At least for a little bit. If and when they
Josh,
break
you're
up.
losing in everything she's saying.
If and when they break up, maybe they'll lose some NFL fans. Maybe new ones will find a new interest. Maybe a lot of girls will hate the Chiefs. It's all possible.
Jake and I agree with
Still
you.
lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I retract everything I said. I'm in total agreement with my husband. He's right all the time. Here's Josh back.
And that's why we're married.
That's fucking hilarious. She just came on and said exactly the same shit that we were saying.
Yeah.
Spencer, we lost.
Hell no. All right. My dumb dog of the year is gonna be motherfucking Aubrey Drake Graham. Another person that I have been a huge fan of for a very long time. This I've never seen someone get their ass beat throughout the course of a year so fucking badly as this nigga Drake did. Motherfucker picked a fight with the wrong person again,
He put a lot.
and once again made it personal. Started talking about his wife. Started talking about shit. Kendrick literally was like, "Hey, look, we can keep this a friendly fade," and Drake said, "Nope, I want to go low." And Kendrick went fucking absolutely as low as you can fucking go. That nigga got smoked, dog. He had the whole fucking world singing a song calling him a pedophile. And the biggest question going toward the Super Bowl is Kendrick gonna call him a pedophile on fucking national stage at the Super Bowl? I've never seen someone get. I've never seen, bro. He killed him with fucking Meet the Grams, and literally fucking not like us, just felt like somebody just crit walking on a dead body. Like he obliterated him. He literally wiped that nigga out. And now Drake is just fucking out here doing fucking live streams with Aiden fucking Ross. And Kendrick is gonna fucking put out DGX, one of the greatest fucking albums that I've heard of in rap in a very, very long time.
One of the greatest albums I've heard.
Oh, for sure.
It's so good.
Of our
It's so
generation,
good.
at least.
The whole album is a fucking banger. And motherfucking Drake, I don't know what the fuck you were thinking, dog.
If the NFL is using his songs now. Like I heard "Hey Now, Say Now" in one
During
of
the-
his in one
it
of
was-
their NFL.
It was the
games.
cutaway from the Rams game tonight.
It's like what?
Yep.
Do you think it's publicity though? Do they think you know they have a side deal that hey we're gonna go off on each other and it's gonna blow us both up because they're gonna be in the eye
Who
of
the fuck?
publicity?
Who the fuck benefits on Drake's side from getting called a pedophile by everybody in the world?
I mean, I think Drake does.
People that
you're
didn't give a
also-
They're
fuck.
talking about him.
People that didn't give a fuck about either artist are fucking out here
If you-
singing "Not Like Us."
They say bad publicity
If
is
you're-
good publicity.
Not for him.
If you're going on Aiden Ross's podcast, I'm sorry, there's a good chance you're probably a pedophile.
Aiden Ross's
That dude's
podcast is
podcasts
a
are
low of
very
a low,
sketchy.
that's for sure.
It's very sketchy.
Every single thing every outlet that could possibly talk about that was talking about it. And Drake was on the losing side of that. Now, it's not too many worse things in the world you could be accused of than being a fucking
Well,
pedophile.
okay. It's like Drake said Kendrick beat his wife. Kendrick says Drake's a pedophile. They both are bad.
Mm-mm. Drake said that Kendrick's wife beats him because he's so short.
Oh, okay. I heard it backwards. When I heard the song, I heard it backwards.
Drake was talking shit, and Kendrick was literally like, "Bro, you're just fucking just pulling shit out of your ass, listening to fucking my last album, where I was talking about like kind of like stuff that I've worked on in like therapy and stuff like that. It's just not real." He's like, "You actually are a fucking pedophile." Like, he got murdered on a national stage. He had, like I said, people that didn't give a fuck about either one of them were out here singing "Not Like Us."
Hmm.
And now, like I said, the biggest question is going to be when everyone and their mother is watching the halftime performance, because people who don't even give a fuck about football watch the halftime performance to see who's going to perform. And we're waiting to see if Kendrick is going to get on stage and call this man a pedophile to everyone in the fucking world.
Well, they're in
Again.
a lawsuit right now.
Again.
Drake has a lawsuit out against
And
Kendrick
that's-
right now, so he can't
No, not
perform it.
Kendrick. Not Kendrick, the label. Which is another part of the fucking going outside. Another reason you can't lose a rap battle and go sue somebody. That is the most. That's up there with fucking the dude from fucking Ohio State. That's it from the fucking flag planting shit. Like, that's soft. That's so soft.
Yeah, that's
He'll-
calling
you
your own
lose-
loss.
Get away with
Whatever
win.
credit you had left, it's gone, bro.
Hmm.
No one's ever gonna take you seriously again.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't know he was suing him for it.
He's suing
Just
the
wait till-
record label for promoting the song.
For promoting the
Wait
song?
till the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
Wait till the Super Bowl halftime show. Kendrick can't say something. He's gonna come out after and say something. Why? Or come out with a song, and it's gonna be a banger.
It's just dumb. I've never seen somebody, like I said, get their ass whooped like that and then go cry to the courts.
Well, I mean, companies and people with like companies under their name can sue other industries or like entities for defacing them,
He's not doing that though.
which is crazy to me because I think that would be the thing that I'd like be suing for if I couldn't defend myself.
Well, you know what's good? You know why he's probably not doing that?
Hmm.
Well, I don't want to speculate, but let me give you one reason as the potential that maybe you're not doing that. A defamation lawsuit all comes down to
Dude, did it.
several things. I'll work backwards. Damages.
Hmm.
So, in order for it to be slander or defamation, you have to prove how it hurt you. That can be done. You've got to prove that other people heard it. That can be done. You've got to prove it's not real. Now, what happens if Drake sues Kendrick and Kendrick has receipts?
Exactly.
Now, you were proven in court to be a pedophile.
That's what I mean by not being able to
Now your
defend
ass-
yourself.
Now your ass sitting next to fucking Diddy and fucking R. Kelly at the fucking prison talent show.
Exactly. So what proof does
So-
Kendrick have like under his belt that Drake's not taken to court for?
Well, that is the question to be asked. Now, once again, we at Beware of Dogs are not saying that Drake is a pedophile. I'm not trying to wind up in fucking court either. We're just
Same
pondering as
reason
to
why
potential reasons why.
Why?
Same reason why Lil Wayne's still on ESPN or Nicki Minaj is still around.
What do you mean?
You go through the whole company. Guarantee you they're all messed up.
But what Drake is suing the record label for basically is the fact that the same fucking I was listening to Jenkins and Jones podcast. They were referring to it as the machine, talking about that the machine that has promoted Drake for so long, Universal, or you know what I mean, like inflated, because basically Drake is saying that the numbers are inflated, they're not real. And basically what they were kind of pointing out was the fact that the same machine, the reason that Drake is so hurt is because the same machine that has pushed Drake to where he is now suddenly turned its back on him and pushed someone else against him, and that's what he can't wrap his head around. Like, haven't I earned you guys enough money? Why would you do this to me? Because both Kendrick and Drake are under Universal.
Mm-hmm.
Where was Tyga? Where's his label through?
I can look it up. Why?
Wasn't he kind of the same way? Kind of got
What do you
screwed, but
mean?
he also fucked a Kylie that was underage. He's a pedophile too. What was his label to?
Universal.
I guarantee you it's the same way. Tyga and Drake are the same way. They mess with underage girls, they got pushed out.
Well, Kylie, I think, was 17 and had like parents' permission. Not necessarily
I think she
defending
was
it, but
16 when it started, and people said nothing happened, but something probably had to have happened. But I guarantee it was the same way.
it has to.
He was big, and all of a sudden, when even better yet, look when they phased out. Like, when did they start phasing out?
Tyga?
Because Tyga started phasing out the same time Drake did. It just kind
Drake
of fell off.
Drake has not phased out. Drake's probably at his lowest right now after the result of this beef, but he was still huge.
I haven't heard a good song from him in so long.
The numbers say otherwise, which is kind of the crux of this whole argument. You know what I mean? If anyone would understand how to fucking inflate numbers, you could argue it would be Drake, so he would know exactly how Universal would do it when he sees it happening to him.
Knows how to do that. Hit up Josh Shuba.
What?
Please.
What?
Someone hit me up.
Influence our numbers. Come on. What?
Oh.
Yeah. If someone can influence our numbers, hit us up at bewareofdogsbusiness@gmail.com. Thank you.
That's
crazy. This way, not this way. Come on. We're going up, not down. Let's go.
All right, guys. That's all the time we've got tonight. Thank you for joining us as we kind of went through and recapped all of 2024. Hopefully, the world doesn't end, and we'll all be here to do this again in December of next year. Once again, if you guys have any comments, please leave them. Give us a like, subscribe. If you want to see us cover anything else, anything that you would like to see us do as a channel or on the show, any Reddit stories you want us to read, let us know that. We'll be on sometime next week with another live stream of the podcast. We'll let you guys know that in advance. We will have another Reddit stories posted at 11 a.m. Eastern on Saturday. And yeah, that's all of us for now. Once again, I'm your host, Double Dose, joined again by Shuba and Play Yourself. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace out.